So, I don't know how well this first video will go, but today me and Kiki are doing a, I want to say it's like a podcasty thing because it's just her and I talking back and forth about giving our opinions on some things that happened. But I also call it like an informative video because it's kind of like talking about hot topics, or I think we might do drama reviews too if you guys want, but at least I will. If you want me and Kiki to do them, you have to say for me and Kiki. Otherwise, I'll just do it my damn self. But this month, we're doing it once a month. So this month, our topic is bullying, like in K-pop, but like other Korean music people like Victor Hanbasi Kelvo, or trying to think of who else we talked about. This video got so long we didn't get to talk about even everybody that I had written down. So if you guys have any stories that you know, or we want to add to any of the stories that we put on here, and we kind of cut short, really cut A.O.A short because we had been filming for like 3 hours. So if you guys have any other stories about bullying in K-pop or K-actors or anything like that, put it in the thing down below, and also let us know like what you guys would want to see us talk about next. Otherwise, we'll probably have to like pick the subject again. So it doesn't even have to be K-pop related, but just because my channel is mostly K-pop. Into the video, I guess. Let us know if you like it or not, or what we should change, or like what we should do. Do you want pictures or whatever? Like, the ones in this would have been gruesome, but I mean, into the video, I guess.
But we're good at talking, at least to each other.
That's true. But I feel like some of these things that we're gonna say are gonna be like really freaking awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some new shiny cast materials.
Like, yeah, like once a month little topic, and then like you could probably ask like your people like if there's anything they want us to talk about. So like do like a little like news section, almost like to like, oh, mention something about this or what.
Oh, you calling me? I did some stuff you might not like me for. Okay. Also, this fucking notebook, like 70 pages worth of things. Come on. Anyway.
We should have typed it.
I know, I didn't think of it though because I was doing it on the couch and I thought writing it down would be easier, but I think next time I might have to.
We'll do that. We will have like a document or something where we both share it and just put both our little notes in there.
That'd be the Google Docs or something. With the short stories first or the long stories first?
Maybe short first.
Okay.
I was like,
all right. I'm gonna try to do it for my computer so I don't look at people funny. I might still be looking at people funny. I don't know. Okay.
Well, probably will.
Yeah. I'll be like this. Sorry, I got too close.
Oh, what?
Yes. Any group name catch your attention first? Or any topic that I sent you that catches your attention first?
I'm scanning through the little thing that you sent me with like the names and everything else.
Like, I must say that we actually like the people in most of these, so I don't want nobody to get the wrong thought thinking that we like bashing them.
Yeah, we're not bashing. Like, there's actually like I'm going through this list that Cass let me. Like, there's a lot of artists that I actually know and like and everything else, and I'm just like, some of them are being bullied, and some of them are the bullied. I'm just like, it's hard for me to believe all that.
It's like, is this real? Like, oh no, mom, is this thing real?
No, yeah.
Jingy, no, it's not.
I'm kind of interested in the ball 4 thing. I kind of skimmed about the topic a little bit, but I didn't know that much about it.
I was also going to bring up the song lyrics for that because it has to do with she left the group and she kind of wrote a song and people are assuming that it was towards the member that she left.
Mm-hmm.
And they put the lyrics in the video, but I didn't feel like writing them down, so I'll
Yeah,
just bring
yeah.
up the lyrics and then share the page with yours.
Mm.
I don't know what to say about this because there's not a lot of info.
Yeah.
I should have wrote down
So,
the lyrics. Now I can't find them.
are we still talking about the same thing? Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I can say I've kind of saw something a little bit about this. I was watching Running Man, and I guess it was just her. It
Mhm.
was just her there, like the one girl. But I was like, wait, isn't Ball for like 2-member group? So she's still under the same name, but it's just one person. I was just like, that doesn't make sense at all.
I think the other person that left is called Odd Child now.
Yeah, and I was like, wait a minute. It was weird. It was just weird to me. I was like, wait, she's there, but the other one's there. I was like, okay, maybe the other person's like couldn't be there for the day or something like that. Cause that
Mhm.
happens when they have like some people members can be there. And then I was like,
When
okay,
Onu had schedules and Shiny all went to JongHyeonShia's
yeah,
showcase.
yeah. And then sometime around that, I found out about that, and I was like, I had no idea. Cause I actually do. I have listened to like maybe like 1 or 2 songs that I actually like from them. And I was
Mhm.
just like, I had no idea like this situation was like that rough for her or anything like that. I thought maybe that was just like people, people start stuff.
Yeah. I really do wonder if the lyrics are about her though.
I don't know. Maybe it was just like a coincidence, or she just hiding the fact that it is about her.
Yeah. It was kind of cringy when I read them in the article, and now I can't freaking find them.
Mm. That's okay.
Okay.
You'll probably like come back later. Like, okay, everyone, I found.
Yeah, I'll put them in the description. These are the lyrics I was
Yeah.
looking for. Yee.
Okay.
She clarified that the rumors are false.
Is there another thing you want to talk about, or anything you want
Uh,
specifically want to talk about,
with this group?
or another group?
Well, with this group, I only ever knew it as one person because I only heard one person when I listened to them with San E. And then I found out
Yeah.
it was two people, and I'm like, I've
Well,
never
yeah,
saw
it's
two people.
because it's weird. Cause I don't understand how they call this of group because the other girl, the girl left, she plays the guitar and she just
Mm-hmm.
harmonizes. She doesn't really get like the most
So she
lyrics.
does
Other
the
girls,
ad lib?
yeah, I mean, yeah, she mostly just sings and does like the chorus, and then the other girls does most of the singing. I'm like, how is this a group? She barely gets any lines.
This ain't no FT Island,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. I'm like, what? No, this is supposed to be.
What is this?
That's probably why she got mad and left. She's like, okay, I'm not getting any lines or any attention, so I'm
Yeah.
just gonna leave. True, but I had no idea about the Holden sister thing.
Okay.
Okay.
How do I start this? I don't know how to start them. That's why I'm so nervous. Like when this all went down and became a shit show.
Yeah.
Because one person came forward and then more people came forward about her bullying them back in school.
Mm.
Yeah.
But why would they bring that like up now?
People were saying that they were scared because she would beat the shit out of them or
Oh.
something, but I never thought that she would actually beat the shit out of someone. But apparently I was wrong. Do you want to read some of her, this post thing that somebody said?
Sure.
You can read some, and then whenever you want me to read some, I'll read some.
Okay.
If there's any curse words, I'll say them.
As someone who was in the same class as Holden in middle school, I always wondered why her victims stayed silent for so long. But now it's finally came out. One time when we were having study hall, Holden started punching a girl in our class with her fists. Afterwards, the girl she hit was so shocked that she stayed silent. Her strength was not the strength of an average middle school girl.
That's kind of scary, don't you think? So this person with grown-ass woman strength.
Yeah, well, they've always kind of like mocked I've kind of like heard like a Korean something that she's like strong and everything, that she's like a healthy person and stuff like that. So it's like, but it's so weird for me to like even believe this stuff because you know how we like interpret or see them and stuff. It's crazy how um stuff that comes back in the future comes back to you, and then you're like, you know someone, and you're like, okay, you know this assumption of the person already, and then they kind of say these stuff about you, and you're just like, that doesn't, like, to your mind, you're like, that doesn't add up at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just saying that's crazy how like stuff like that will come back, and it's just like, well, it doesn't add up at all because I'm used to this person being nice and sweet, and you know.
It's like I never thought this person could kick anyone's ass, but apparently they did kick someone's
Apparently they
ass.
can.
Yes, they can and they will. But she
So
probably
watch
also
out.
thought no one would ever say anything about it ever again, because
Yeah.
it happened so long ago. Every time we went to eat lunch, she would leisurely walk all the way up to the front of the line. She was always the class bully, but when I saw her lovingly taking care of abandoned dogs on TV programs, it was completely jarring. If I'm being completely honest, I didn't even recognize Hyolyn when Sistar first debuted because her image was so different from when we were in middle school.
Hmm.
Wouldn't that be awkward to see somebody who bullied you in the middle of a group? They're getting loved even though they beat your ass.
Yeah.
Unless it was Onu, then I'd wonder how does it feel when that person beat your ass?
You're just like awkward. It's like,
Did it
what?
hurt?
At that time, yeah.
Did it hurt when Onu took you to heaven? Anyway, this has nothing to do with Onu.
I am part of this post too. Harlan would always ask to borrow bags, clothes, and shoes for the next day and would end up keeping them for days and days. It seemed like she never had only intended of returning my things because whenever I would ask for them, she would lie and tell me another Sunday took them from her.
My arse. Oh.
No, it's okay. You can put your little 2 cents if you don't feel like.
She just wanted to take that shit home so she could keep it, probably. No
I
offense,
mean,
I do like her.
yeah, I do like her
Saying,
too, but like, there is
we don't
some
want viewers.
situations where like you forget. You know,
Yeah.
there's sometimes where like you can understand if you forget, but if they're like constantly like, hey, remember those clothes you borrowed like 5, 10 days ago? I'm gonna need them. Or
Yeah,
you're
and
just
they're
like
like, oh,
constantly like,
sorry,
okay, I
gave them
need
to
my
someone
clothes
else.
back now.
And they're like, gave them to someone else. Like, who gave you permission to give my
Like,
clothes to
wait,
someone?
what is she doing wearing my clothes? What?
And then someone else borrowed them from her. Like,
Yeah, and then
they never
just
get them
it
back.
goes to a full circle. Like, what the heck?
You ain't getting that shit back.
No.
If I ever told her to give me my things back, she would respond with, I'll give you blank, using all sorts of curse words and abusive language towards me. If we were even on the playground together, she would make me shake with fear when she would ask me, who do you want to get beat up by today? And then start physically beating me for no reason. My eyes would be bloodshot and my lips swollen after these attacks. My mom followed me to school once after she saw my injuries.
Mm.
And then apparently she's doing a settlement with the victims for this. At first, she said that she was going to do a lawsuit against them for like defamation or whatever, but then it somehow ended with her just agreeing on a settlement for this. And it's like, okay, what changed your mind?
Probably because she had a feeling that there's going to be some evidence coming in, or maybe just like she built herself up like her career wise and everything else, and she don't want to lose it or something.
That's
I mean,
possible.
there's a
Trying
lot
to
of
keep
stuff.
it on the hush hush,
Mm.
essentially.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to pick one of the short ones. I guess since I've talked about shiny a lot already, we'll just click on the shiny one and talk about the
Okay.
shiny one. The part that actually made me think of putting this on here, it wasn't like an article or anything, but it was kind of the fact that I remember hearing from Keybum when Shiny first started talking about doing the From Now On shows, and after they did the From Now On shows, there's a bunch of people going on to his and Onu's Instagrams and other SNS profiles talking about how like they're only doing it for money, they're trying to profit, they're using Jonghyun's name just to make money because they're popular artists and stuff like that. And it's like, not only is that rude, but it's also like, hello, I'm grieving here. What the fuck are you coming over to tell me that one of my best friends is my fault? Like, are you trying to make him do the same thing? Like,
oh my god,
I don't understand people.
I feel like sometimes people like they'll bring stuff up because they kind of like they see they're successful and they're jealous, and then they want to bring them down and like, okay, well, my 2 little cents today is done because I made this person feel bad.
But then it could also turn into the whole wrong situation, and nobody fucking wants that because we were already in the wrong situation.
Yeah.
Like, Hunty, come on.
Skip around to other ones, I guess.
I just gotta say, if y'all see me hitting shit, I'm just trying to.
She's not swan ghost, she's swan fly.
I swear, the last 3 days when I record, it's like I'm trying to fight this fruit fly.
It's okay, I got some fruit flies in my house for some reason too, so I don't think they're in my room though, but
I don't want to eat it, okay? The next point I wanted to talk about was the OT4 and OT3 shit. Like, there's OT4 because of Onu's sexual scandal, which most of us already knew wasn't fucking true. But then there's those people who think and claim and will not shut the fuck up about how they think that Onu was, like, paying off the courts or something to get his name freed. I heard a lot of people trying to say that, oh, he probably paid him off or whatever so that, you know, he wouldn't go to jail or whatever. And then there's OT3 fans who hate Onu for the sexual thing, which, again, never freaking happened. And 2, because now that they figured that Jonghyun's no longer around, it's only 3 members because Onu shouldn't be there. So Jonghyun is no longer there and Onu needs to go. So there's like OT3 fans too.
That's the first time hearing that. Wow, that's rude.
Yeah, there's a lot of people saying, like, even if people do like Onu, there's those OT4 fans too that are like, well, Jonghyun's not here, so Jonghyun don't count. There's only 4 members.
They've been mentioning a lot of times that in heart and spirit, Jong is still there with them. Like, mentioning like songs they're singing and looking up and everything else. Like, why would they?
And there's people
because
who
someone's
like,
passed
doesn't
away.
matter. He's not there physically. It doesn't matter what they do. It's like it does too matter, Hunty.
Yeah,
okay?
it does.
Like, y'all. No
Oh my god.
OT4 here, please.
Wow.
Yeah. There's some shit bitches around. It's like, please don't call yourself a shawwal. Please just fucking leave.
I hate when that happens. Because it kind of reminds me of, well, not like really, but like when we went to see them in Chicago. And now, remember when we had those people sitting in the back and it was just like, they had like rude and everything else. And it was like, softly hearing them. And we were just like, it was like shocking to us because it was like, oh, I thought like this fandom was supposed to be all nice and kind and caring. Nope, that's not.
It's like, you Karens, you little bitches, can you fucking leave? Get out of my fandom, please.
Yeah.
That kind of ties into the whole part where people went on Instagram and were like, you didn't protect him well enough. You didn't stop him. This is your fault.
Well, no, that's not. I can't, because you can't blame people on that. I mean, Jong was like, he wasn't sharing much. Well, I guess he was sharing much, but he also was kind of like, didn't want them to feel bad or stuff. So
it's why it kind of seemed like he contemplated it. Like, he was at the convenience store and then he left and then he came back and then
he probably was, because he was like, I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah.
What is everyone gonna think? Yeah.
People dumb. People were dumb for bullying Taemin in school, let alone for what the fuck they did a couple years ago. And some people still do. There's still people who like make videos, ha ha, he killed himself, like, you.
No, he's gone forever now. Why would you?
Yeah, but I still see people on like YouTube and stuff who like all these shawwals post about, and it's like, go get this person because they're shit talking Jonghyun. It's like a fucking another one. Are you kidding me? Like, how would you like it if any person, no matter what language, no matter what genre, happened to you, and then the shawwals came back at you? You wouldn't like that, would you? No. Okay, all I gotta say about that is dumb cunts. No. Okay.
This Hwasa kind of like
All right.
one. I guess this is a little bit more positive in a way too.
I mean, she made it positive, but in the first
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's turning her situation positive and kind of
from
like,
ugly to good.
yeah. And then I also heard something else, not from Hot Stuff, but it's like something that recently kind of like surfaced up a little bit from Solar. She kind of mentions like when she was younger, she got bullied and stuff, and like I guess like I don't know if like kids like threw like lunches at her or something like that.
What the shit?
Yeah, and I was like, wait a minute, what? Oh, like so sweet Solar, and there was also this also issue
Now she's
about
gonna
like
come back like this.
there's also this issue kind of surfing around saying like she's from North Korea because of the fact that she doesn't have any like baby pictures. And I was like, just because her parents probably don't want to surface her baby pictures doesn't mean that she's from like North Korea or anything else.
It's
I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
Jung Hyun said everybody was saying that he looked like he was balding when he was little, but you can only find like one actual picture from when he was little.
Mm.
Like, I don't know why people care so much about baby pictures. Like, suck my dick, okay? I hate people who mess with people I like.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's because sometimes it's like stupid too. Sometimes we have like really stupid situation, and it's just like, why would you decide to pick on that?
Like, are you picking on them because you're mad or jealous or
Probably, most likely, because they see them either they had known them in the past and they're like, oh, well, they're all famous and they're doing well, and then look at me, I'm sitting here watching them from my like couch or something like that.
And now you want to be their best friend because they're rich and famous, and you want people to know who the fuck you are.
Yeah,
essentially. People dumb.
Yeah, it's that's true.
I did see Hwasa when she was little because there was like this little snippet I saw of I Love You, Dear Hwasa. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
I was like, okay. But I mean, she was like, what? Freaking a teenager in that, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure all teenagers don't look like freaking twigs. So, I mean, whoever this audition instructor guy was a freaking idiot. He's like, oh, you sing well, but you're fat and ugly, so, like, bye. And it's like, what the hell did they say to my fat ass? I need to be on fucking My 600 Pound Life. Dang.
I'm like, you have no idea. Like, compared to, like, your body and her body, there's worse out there. Like, literally.
Have you seen 1,000-Pound Sisters?
Sadly, yes.
You really?
Yeah.
They're funny, but it's like, damn.
Yes, like, yeah. But I think it's like what she's doing now is like really positive. She's like writing in her songs, so I know they're still like doing their own lyrics and everything else because they kind of like got fame from that. And I really like the idea that she's turning the negative into like a positive in her songs and kind of like owning it. Like she's saying like, I don't care about all these hate comments or anything else. You guys can go F yourselves. I'm still making all this money while you're talking about me.
And she was even raised in poverty, so the fact that she's even famous now and can get out of that situation is like even better. So
yeah, she's just owning it.
Also, the fact that I saw people shit talk her as well for the fact that her skin is darker than most Koreans, because as far as I know, Koreans like really white skin for some reason, or they used to. I don't think it's the norm anymore.
Yeah,
but that reminded me of N from VIX, because a lot of people talk shit about N from VIX because he's also of darker complexion.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, but that shouldn't take away from any kind of beauty. I mean, what the fuck? Like this again all the time? If I could film the video like this. And she was also ranked first for brand reputation for 4 months. So, I mean, all them people who was trying to body shame her and shit can suck it.
Yeah. The mixed idol stuff, since that is like short sections.
One of these kind of got to me a lot because I'm a huge fan of his, and it kind of sucks because I never knew that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I wrote Somi down in this, but she was made fun of all the time for her looks because she's half Canadian, half Korean, and they figured she didn't look like all the other Korean kids in the class, so she was kind of just beat the shit out of for looking different. Yeah, she was teased and such, which is kind of rude, but you know. And since this one is the one that I was talking about, I'll talk about number 2 also. It's Kang Nam from MIB. Do you remember Kang Nam from MIB? I wrote down that his father is Japanese and his mom is Korean. I'm pretty sure he grew up mainly in Japan. I heard that he came to Korea because people were advertising to become a singer in Korea, and he took it, so he came and was part of MIB. But he got bullied by his classmates, who took it as far as beating the shit out of him for no reason and even breaking one of his bones. Which bone, I'm not sure, but they attacked him for being Korean Japanese ethnicity. Yee.
Okay.
At first when I read that, I was like, Kang Nam was teased? Are you serious? And then I read it and I was like, they broke his freaking bones? Are you kidding me? What is wrong with these assholes? And he's hot AF, so like...
Yeah, some people go a little bit too far with it. Like, what does breaking bones have to do with anything? I mean, they're gonna heal back. So why would you like?
Because they got to beat the shit out of him, I guess. So they felt like superior. I don't know. And I don't know if it was Japanese people who were beating him or if it was Korean people who were beating him, but either one. And there's also Vernon from 17.
Yeah, I can probably visualize that he probably got bullied a lot because he doesn't look like when I saw him in 17. It was like he doesn't look, Korean or anything else. So I was like, okay, he is chances he's probably half and everything else. So I didn't never really,
I saw someone said that he looks like Leonardo DiCaprio, and I looked at him again and I was like, little bit.
He was like, oh.
But he's hot, so I mean...
Well, yeah, that's a compliment. What are we talking about?
Dang. But I saw that he was a victim of cyberbullying for being half white, and it's like, what the fuck is the difference? Oh, and also, I guess I wrote down that Blackpink Lisa was bullied for being Thai, a K-pop idol who's Thai. Like, that makes no sense because Bam Bam is too, and people
he's
love
Thai
Bam Bam
too.
There's a lot of...
does that have to be? I mean... So basically, anyone that's like half mixed or like not officially Korean or anything else, getting bullied because they're in like the K-pop, like speaking Korean and everything else. It's like what?
I feel like if Victor would have not got kicked out of the group, seeing as how he's Korean Brazilian, then maybe he would have had some backlash too. Because he says being a YouTuber and stuff that it's okay, other than like broadcasts and stuff, you don't really understand what's going on all the time, and it's kind of different. But he's not bullied for being co-Brazilian, but at the same time, it's like, I feel like if more people actually knew who you were, like, I'm afraid of what would have happened.
Yeah.
He already has depression and anxiety disorder, like, please don't.
Sad.
It's the mask one first, because that one's 5 pages long. So essentially, this is the first bullying thing I ever heard of, and that was a long time ago. I forget when this took place. I didn't write it down, I don't think. But there was a member who was accused of being the leader, and I'm pretty sure it actually turned out to be the leader. He beat the shit out of one of the members with an umbrella.
Okay, this is the one you kind of briefly told me about.
Yeah. Okay, Ace left the group after physically assaulting member Cheebin. On July 26th, Mask member Cheebin uploaded a vague but troubling, I can't read sometimes, post on Instagram about suffering from a physical assault from an unknown attacker who he only called Hyung. He never mentioned names, but said, "You're the only one I unfollowed." Ace is the only member he wasn't following. And I think the reason I found out about this is because I somehow started following Cheebin, and I saw it, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Because it was like a bunch of pictures of like his scars and stuff. And then I looked him up, and it was like he had got beat up with an umbrella, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then it says, The next day, Chiben gave details without mentioning names. In March, one of his bandmates had grown angry with him over a borrowed umbrella and had repeatedly cursed and yelled at him. He then described a violent assault in which the bandmate had smashed the umbrella against a stone wall and used the sharp, spiky ribs of the umbrella to attack his face and head. Chiben said when his other bandmates attempted to intervene, his attacker pushed them away and started punching and kicking him in his head and face, began bleeding. Yeah, I want to know how he got so angry over a freaking umbrella that he thought it was okay to beat the shit out of somebody with it. Like, what?
There's gotta be something else to it. Can't be just be an umbrella.
Do you think he took out his aggression on him from other things, maybe?
Maybe.
It says July 28th. Ace confirmed that he was the attacker and stated that he left the group in order to take responsibility for the assault on his bandmate. It's like, okay. I don't know how that's taking responsibility, but okay. Because as the story goes on, it gets a little fishy. He has an Instagram, but also objected to some of Chiben's claims, saying it wasn't all true. And spoiler alert, there's a part in here where Ace wrote a song and it was directed towards Chiben and how he lied. So it kind of reminds me of the Bowl 4 scenario. Okay, it says, Ace also posted a song on SoundCloud and Insta with lyrics that aggressively contested Chiben's account of the night. Example, as if it were a one-sided assault. If I don't do anything, you'll probably write even more fiction. No, I'm already trash. No, I'm already trash. Before they pick me up and throw me out, I have to explain my side of things. Yee. So, like, this song probably sucks, to be honest. Chiben and Ace have faced off on Instagram over the details of the assault. Chiben has posted screenshots on Insta from Ace. In a message March 14th, Ace asks if Chiben is feeling better and says that he'll be leaving the group, and it's not because of you that I'm leaving, so I hope that you don't think that's what it is. Even though before he said he left so that he could take accountability. So it's kind of like, doesn't make sense, buddy. On March 11th, this fruit fly didn't leave my room when I opened the door. Okay, anyway. Ace said that he misses Chiben and that he is so worried about him to the point that he couldn't sleep. This guy's kind of freaking wishy-washy from what I'm understanding. And the only reason I'm reading all of this is because it's a really weird freaking story.
Yeah.
Chiben wrote, I don't know what he was thinking when he wrote this music and confused everyone. I never asked him to leave the group. I was the one who offered him my hand for a handshake of reconciliation. Chiben also shared that he had offered to make peace with Ace in front of their agency's executives after the incident. Writing, I told him at the time, my mom said that the attacker is probably going through an even harder time than the victim. Hyung, I understand what you must be feeling. He continued with, you write in your lyrics as if it were a one-sided assault. From what I've read, all I see is you trying to cover things up and shield yourself. Unsurprisingly, until the very end, you remain a selfish person who thinks only of yourself. As you can see from the photos in my post, it was the assaultant who said he would leave the group, not me. And they both ended up leaving the group.
Oh, wow.
Chiben went on. Ace says that he's worried. I can't read anymore, thanks, dog. Says that he wanted to reconcile with me, but he never came to visit me at the hospital, and I want to clarify that I never ever charged at him while cursing, as Ace describes in his lyrics. His claim that he backed away in surprise while waving an umbrella that I cursed at him, these are all absurd lies, and the members all know the truth, except for the leader and my friend Moonbong, who weren't present during this incident. All the members were there. You who never even apologized sincerely don't seem to know what's important or who's really the one writing fiction. Who will people believe? You, the attacker who always hit me and Moonbong on our heads? You who were always at the center of our group's disputes? You who put everyone one. I can't read. Hang on. Where am I? Who put
Everyone
every
at a loss.
a loss for what to do by suddenly leaving the broadcast station an hour before the live show, cursing so loudly that all of the other singers in the waiting room could hear. You who got drunk and called my mom while sobbing. My mom shielded you back then, but things have changed. You who disappeared without a single trace for 5 months. He added, I wrote this so quickly that I may have left some things out. I was so shocked and bewildered that I rambled too much while writing this post. Thank you for reading it carefully. Math debuted as a four-member group in 2016. Cheeban then joined the group as one of its new members in 2017. The group most recently made a comeback as 8 members in 2017 with the title track Do It, and now it's got less members again.
How many? Wait, how many members is it now?
It was 8 in 2017. Now I don't know
Yeah.
how many it is.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
crazy.
But the fact, like, the reason I read all of this was because Ace is so wishy washy with his story and the whole situation. It's like, buddy, can you keep your story straight? Apparently not.
Because he's hiding something. It's probably more than just that. It's something else too.
And his lyrics were also bullshit too. So it's like, okay.
It's probably more than like maybe they were like fighting back and forth or something like that. Like I don't know. There's something hidden behind there, and he just feel like
Or
sharing.
maybe there's one thing about him he doesn't like, so he took his anger out on it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
We could do the Holland one.
Alright.
So it says Holland was bullied in school because he was gay. Okay, and I kind of know. I kind of heard about this a little bit. There's like a gay idol and stuff. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like that's something you don't really hear much in K-pop or anything, or any like sexual, like woman, gay, you know.
Mm-hmm. And he was one of the first ones to come out too, I think.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's good for him. He's actually speaking it out. It's sad that people are bullying him because of that he likes other guys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, especially as much like in K-pop, you see like
like the fan services and stuff.
Yeah, and all that stuff, and like with the members, like touching each other and everything else, and it's like that bothers you now that he's gay.
Mm-hmm. Because in Korea, back in the day, like the Ajumas and Ajashis, they were hella against gay people. It's the younger generation now that's kind of more accepting, but the older people, they hate it so much.
I bet.
Oh that could also be another topic at one point, like sexuality in Korea.
Yeah. Okay. And so he realized he was gay when he was in middle school, and he
confided
in one of his closest friends after complaining for a while. Contemplating about. Okay. Yeah. Well, at least he had the confidence to say, hey, I like guys.
Yeah, like, I'm gay?
After telling his friend he had trusted at the time, ended up spreading Holland's secret of being gay, and he was bullied for the next 3 years. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
He was bullied to the point that he was even afraid to go to the cafeteria during lunch due to he may run into people who had been bullying him.
Aww. Yeah, that had to be so shitty that he thought he could trust them, and then it's like, oh, okay, bye, running with your secret. It says, the people who Holland thought were his friends ended up coming into a classroom where Holland had been alone, and they all assaulted him. They then tied a rope around his neck and dragged him around the schoolyard while the other students had laughed at him. Holland had even attempted suicide, but a true friend of his gave him courage by telling him, your existence is not wrong. So Holland decided to give it another chance and fought through. Holland expressed his story and experience in his song Neverland. The people who bullied him are becoming actors and idols.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like, no one's ever going to know who it was that did it to him. But he can see them gain success.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. I figured that was an interesting story. Like, why didn't nobody try to stop him that person that had the thing around his neck, because they could have
Because
killed
they
him.
didn't want to get in. They don't want to get into it. Like, well, I don't want to be a part of that, or something happened, or
Yeah, but like he could have killed him.
Yeah, true.
I'm sure that was like the intention, but
Yeah,
like, where's the teachers? Where's the principal? Where is all these people who are supposed to make you feel safe at school?
because they don't want to get into it either.
Did they hate him too? Because they're like, oh, I don't like gay people, so like, ha ha ha.
Well, like you said, the older generation is not a big friend of all these people being really open nowadays about, oh, I'm LGBT, or all that stuff, and just like,
I
okay,
know,
it's
like Jung Hyun,
2020 now. Come on, people.
like Jung Hyun, when he was a gay rights activist, and he like sent that message to that transgendered person.
Yeah.
It's like, I wonder how anti-gay people felt about him. Like, I know there's a few anti-gay idols in SM too, and it's like, I wonder how Jung Hyun like played so well with them. Was he thinking in the back of his head how they'd
He
like to beat your ass too?
probably had to deal with them. Like, I'm
So you
not.
don't talk to me after this stage,
Yeah.
or I'm gonna
Well, then it's also kind of awkward if like you're friends with that person, and you find out that they don't understand like the same rights and everything else. You're just like,
Mhm.
I'm friends with you, but you don't agree with the same thing that I agree and stand upon. So it's like probably like constant bickering, backering, like.
Yeah, more than likely. Boto Pass, however the hell you pronounce it.
Mm-hmm.
So this group, Boto Pass or Boto, whatever the fuck you pronounce
Yep.
it. I should have wrote down the pronunciation, but I didn't.
Mm.
Um, there are 4 people in this group from a group called I Love, and they were supposed to debut, I believe, August 4th or August 8th of this year, and their debut was pushed back because uh, there is now a member from I Love, or I think they broke up or something, but she's accusing these members of bullying her. So they had to postpone it. It's meant. Oh, I did write it down. Bolto Pese. Okay, I
Mm.
did write it down.
Mm-hmm.
Born to be Passion. Upcoming 8-member girl group under WKS Entertainment and Double X Entertainment. There are bullying allegations made from former member of girl group I Love member Mina. Voltopaz got swept up in the controversy surrounding the former I Love members. I think there's 4 of them in the group. These people's blah 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 blah. She accused former I Love members of bullying her mentally and physically while she was in I Love, causing her to struggle with depression, panic disorder, and insomnia. She also accused WKS Entertainment of contacting her after the news broke to ask her to keep quiet about the bullying, which the company had denied. The company said they did nothing but support her and wait for her mental health to improve so she could come back to promote with I Love. Fans began to advocate that the I Love members get removed from the group before the debut, and that's when the debut was postponed so that they could like figure out if they had to kick the girls out or not.
Mm.
Yeah. I wrote down that Mina is a South Korean singer and YouTuber. She is former member of girl group I Love and pre-debut member of Moonlight Girls, and she was born in 1998.
Mm.
In 2019 of August 20, I can't read. In August 2019, she was added to I Love through the group's Dream and Challenge project, making her official debut as a member in November 2019 with the single Open the Door.
Mm.
On July 12th, Mina announced on Instagram that she had finally terminated her contract with WKS Entertainment after many failed attempts, based on the fact that WKS Entertainment did not fulfill their obligation towards her, as how she got her contract terminated. On July 12, 2020, Mina said in a video on her YouTube channel that she had been diagnosed with depression, panic disorder, and insomnia. Though she has these disorders and illnesses, she didn't have plans to leave the industry.
We both went down with the try to figure out what that.
I couldn't read it, even though it's right in front of me. Like,
Yeah.
hello. July 13th of 2020, her mother posted on her Instagram that she had been hospitalized after fainting and would need to be there for a couple of days. I guess I'll just read this whole story. And then you can read some in the next one.
Mm-hmm.
These are the allegations with I Love. July 13th, 2020. Mina made multiple posts to her Instagram story as well as messaging fans that all of the other I Love members besides Suyeon had physically and mentally bullied her. Mina also went on to reveal that some of the members that abused her were preparing to debut in WKS Entertainment's new group Botopass. July 14th. On this day, Mina made an Instagram post saying that WKS Entertainment had called her and had advised her to keep the case secret. In response, she said she would not do that and that she wanted an apology. July 15th. In the early hours of July 15th, Mina stated hang on, I got an itch. Stated live on Instagram. I read that so wrong, or I wrote it wrong anyway. Stated on a live on Instagram for the goodbye. She later posted a video on her YouTube channel revealing she had gone to the Han River with the intentions of taking her life and was saved by a police officer. July 16th, WKS Entertainment released an official statement on the situation. According to them, Mina's allegations toward the other members were false as a result of her mental illness, which makes no sense. Mina then replied via Instagram asking if she should reveal the contents of her NDA that they sent her that she did not sign. So I'm really wondering if they did tell her to keep a secret or if that part wasn't true. That's the only part I question about this. Is that company so shit that they're just like, hey, golf, you know?
Probably. They're probably like, well, this is they're probably like a small company. They're probably like, well, we have potential for this group that we're gonna be doing. We don't want you to say anything.
Money too.
Yeah, we don't want you to say anything because if this group gets big and everything else, all those stuff's gonna come out. It's gonna ruin our, money to coming in and stuff. So they probably tell them like, give it a hush hush.
And they want to be like all these little companies that people barely hear of want to be just as big as like SM or something one day. So they're just like,
yeah.
The heck?
Sorry.
I'm like, what is that? Okay. Any thoughts on that story, or do you only same thoughts as me?
Same thoughts as you. I just thought that was interesting how she was in like multiple like entertainments being passed through, and there's like the same stuff like going through with her again. It's interesting.
From what I understand, this group is now debuting like the 28th of this month or something, and it's still all 8 members. So either they were guilty, but they said, who cares, we're not going to kick them out because fans want us to, or they ended up not being guilty, but I don't see how that would happen.
Yeah.
So, I'm thinking we do Hara and Sully.
Oh, so this is I wasn't sure what it was until I actually read it. So this is the person who passed away. Is after Sully? After?
A month after, pretty much.
Okay, so she passed away November 24th, 2019. Month after Sully. She's from Kara. Or T-ARA, however you say that.
I don't know. One of the two.
Yeah. So it says her ex-boyfriend uploaded her nude photos without consent. And he got 2.5 years of jail time. 1? Okay, yeah. Sorry, that was 2.
My one looks ratchet. It's okay.
It's okay. She didn't get to see Sully off or get her last goodbye.
Because one of her Instagram lives was her crying and talking to Sully about being sorry and stuff.
Yeah, I think I saw a little bit of that. It said that she did that right soon after she heard about like Sully dying.
Yeah, because they were best friends.
Oh my god, so sad.
Yee.
Wow. And Top feels guilty for not replying to her last messages.
Yeah, he had that on Instagram too. He posted I forget what it was, and then it was like a video that she sent him of hers and stuff, and he's like, I don't feel bad. Yee. Time for Sully now.
Yep.
Okay. I'll read this one, maybe?
You
You want me
can.
to read this one? Okay. She was a member of FX, born March 29th, 1994. Passed away October 14th, 2019, age 25. She was found by her manager after hanging herself on the second floor of her house. And he went there because he couldn't catch her by like phone or SNS or anything.
Mm.
She was vocal about not wearing a bra, which is one subject that got her completely cyberbullied a lot. She was known for being outspoken in her drive for women's rights. Best friends with A.O.A from T-ARA. Cyberbullied about not wearing a bra, which I just said. Um, the police found a suicide note, I guess, or a note in general, but I didn't write down anything of what it said.
Yeah.
She cried on Insta Live before passing away. And some of the comments she got was, "You were supposed to be dead earlier. Ugly. Your body is flat, no curves. If you keep not wearing a bra, your boobs are gonna sag." And she got even worse hate when she posted a picture and people could see like her nipples or something through her shirt. Like they were hella aggressive about that with her.
Wow. I saw something. Not something, but kind of like saw like a little thumbnail. I guess like she was on a show with like Heechal or something. It was actually like something about like cyberbullying and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like see it or anything, but I kind of saw like a brief like little topic about that.
There was a thing I saw a long time ago. This is kind of off subject, but kind of not. It was this account that was like posting pictures of T.O.P. when he was in the hospital and like other Big Bang members and stuff, and saying that they should kill themselves and all this and that. And I had reported it, and a lot of other people had reported it. And for some reason, Instagram always came back saying that it didn't like go past their guidelines and stuff, even though these people are clearly telling them that they need to go kill themselves and such. And then so I decided to like just take it into my own hands and like report things that I knew would go against Instagram's uh, whatever you call it. I forget what the word
Rules
is
or
now.
something, guidelines, something.
Yeah, yeah. And they always messaged me back saying that none of that shit went against their guidelines. And I'm like, you clearly state that they do, like nudity, harassment, bullying, etc., but they never did anything about it. And it's like, really?
They must do something to where their account to where like maybe after a certain kind of hours they like hide their post or something like that, and then they post it back up or something like.
They just don't care. They don't take it down at all.
Wow.
And the sad thing is, they're owned by Facebook now, so is Facebook the same way?
Yeah.
It's like, how are we supposed to stop it if these people who own it don't care to do anything?
Yeah.
And now they're like, oh, well, only report it if it's necessary now because with COVID, we have less people here. And it's like, isn't it always necessary? Like,
well, then have everyone work at home like everyone's doing already. Like, what the heck?
Everybody owns a computer. Like, come on now.
Yeah, nowadays, I'm pretty sure everyone should now.
Yeah. Also, I wrote on here that this story came from Korea Boo. So, like, some of this may not be completely true. Just so that people don't, like, attack us like this.
Yep, so let us know.
Yes.
That way you don't be attacking us. You can, you know...
It's like, I didn't sit there and watch her Twitch stream, okay? Yeah. So I don't know how much of this is actually true.
Yeah.
So,
fair warning.
Yeah, former Feestar member Cheska recently held a live stream on Twitch where she answered fans' questions about the time that she spent in the K-pop industry, which revealed previously unknown industry secrets, details about the team's dynamic within her group, her experience with sexual abuse, her mental health, and more. Cheska said, "I'm not talking about K-pop because of fame. I'm talking about it because I feel like it's helping me fight my fear, my depression, anxiety, everything that I got from being in the industry. My experience as a K-pop idol kind of fucked with me." Okay, page 2. Bullying and getting bullied. Cheska mentioned that she was bullied by members Yeji and I don't know how to pronounce that, J or whatever. But it's kind of sad because I recently got into Yeji and it's like, I don't want to not like you because you bullied someone because she's really... So, like, don't hate me. A fan mentioned that they would also get in fights with their friends but they would make up after the fight. Cheska had agreed to that mentality, but other members of FIHSAR did not. Cheska said, we would fight for like the stupidest reasons, like misunderstanding each other. So I'd always be the one who would go up to them and be like, I think we misunderstood each other. I'm sorry for misunderstanding you. They would never say sorry to me. I would always be like, I'm sorry for this. And they'd be like, okay, like they didn't care or they wouldn't talk to me. And then I'd be like, I feel like we should talk more. I feel like we should communicate more. Because for me, I feel like communicating is like the number one solution to problems. So I'd be like, I think we should communicate. And that person would be like, no, I don't want to talk to you. That's what they'd be like.
Hmm.
What a
I can
good
read
group.
this page if you want me to.
Okay.
Okay.
But what a good group dynamic, right? Like one person wants to communicate and the rest of them are like, fuck you.
Yeah, they're like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't make any sense.
Neither to me.
Um,
If you can't read the bottom part, I'll read it because I have it written in front of me. So
yeah, okay. We have nothing to talk about. I have nothing to talk about with you. And I'm over here like, what? We have so much to talk about because we misunderstood each other. Regarding fellow member Lindsay, I think I said that.
I think so.
Cheska mentioned she was nice, but was also a victim of bullying. This is what Cheska kind of said. Lindsay is pretty. Lindsay was nice, but she also got bullied a few times. Like, I have everyone got bullied once or twice, except for Yeezy and Jaya. Cheska also talked about
I have no way to pronounce that because it's like Chinese.
Cholu, something like that.
I don't know.
And prefaced that while she is two-faced, she is also smart. And I can try reading this. Not that bad if I zoom in a little bit.
All right.
Okay.
But I have the notebook in case you can't read it. So
Yeah. Cholu also got bullied too. Even though I said she was two-faced, she didn't do anything wrong. She's just a two-faced
bitch.
Like I said, I'm rather lie. Everyone got bullied in this group except Yeezy and Jaya. Basically, Yeezy was the real leader who was hiding behind Jaya, who was the actual leader on paper. We were getting controlled by the Maknae, basically. Everything was messed up. I'm not gonna lie. Chao Lu is pretty smart. Her family is pretty rich, from what I know, but she isn't. She's from a wealthy family. She hit #1 in China's as a solo artist. To be honest, I don't know why she came to Korea to restart as an artist. If it was SM, JYP, YG, I understand why, but Leon? But she's smart. Maybe that's why where the two-faced thing comes in. She knows how everything works. She knows how to treat the elders with respect.
Mm-hmm.
Later on, she talked about how she didn't like much of the idea of 5-Star as a whole. I just don't like 5-Star's songs. I didn't like the concepts either. But the most I didn't like how I was being treated from the company and the members.
The part is like kind of like bullyish to me, but it's not what happened to her really. But this has to do with her company and label mate IU. It says, a fan asked Cheska what she thought about working with IU. Cheska said, working with IU was actually really fun. That was the best part. She's really pretty, you guys. She's really pretty. She's really nice, but I had to stay away from her. IU, I think, was the most positive memory. I had to stay away from IU because the Magne, which is Yeji, was jealous because IU shouted my name out on Twitter and I was getting recognition because she shouted my name out and she was giving me an attitude and everyone else was like, eh. I needed the group to be on my side. I chose the group instead of IU, so I had to stay away from IU for me to survive in the group. So in a way, that's kind of like them guilt tripping her for being friends with IU or whatever. So Pretty much, it says a viewer asked her whether her agency ever did anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And according to her, in short terms, she was born in Korea, but her company was, I got stuck to something. Her company was forcing her to say that she was born in America, so that, I guess, according to her, in her words, it was so that she looked immediately like the American of the group, like people would recognize her as the American. But she lived in Korea until she was 2, and then she moved to Alabama.
Mm.
So she wasn't actually an
Yeah, she wasn't
American.
actually. Yeah, she was. Wow.
So they forced her to lie about that just for no reason whatsoever.
Wow. Wow.
Um, most of this stuff I wrote down isn't important. So this is A.O.A. This is one of the most recent ones. Um, an ex-member posted several times on her personal Instagram, aka Mina is her name,
Mm-hmm.
with her experience as an A.O.A member. She states that one of the girl group members had continuously bullied and tormented her, which later was named as member Jimin, Shin Jimin, or Jimino. I don't know how the hell to pronounce that one.
Yeah.
On July 3rd, 2020, she posted a screenshot of someone sending her a message using profanity and telling her to get lost.
No. The link, like you said, they're lengthy. Like I can see.
Yeah. How do we sum it up though? There's so much.
Um, I kind of get an idea of it. So basically, she's like, she felt like she was gonna be like a burden to like the members and to Jimin because of like her stuff going around in her life and stuff. And she didn't want to like ruin their mood, I guess.
Mhm.
Um, and so I guess like after a while, more stuff happening, and I guess that's what results in all of this, like just letting everything out.
Yeah, it gets deeper though eventually.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, these aren't all the critical points, but there's some points where, like, Jimin's dad died and she thought they had reconciled at the hospital, but they hadn't reconciled.
Yeah.
And then all of the members, including Jimin, showed up at her house, and she walked in with, like, this look on her face that apparently didn't settle with Mina very well.
Mm.
And she asked her where her knives are and would it be better off if I just killed myself.
Oh my god.
And she was like, how would you feel if the person who had been bullying you walked into your house saying that kind of stuff? Would you consider anything that she said an apology? Like, but I
Yeah.
guess eventually she did actually apologize. And then something happened with the company that forced her, that she felt like she wanted to kill herself again. And that's the one day I told you where she had stitches in her arm.
Yeah, she was showed a picture of her arm and everything.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of stuff.
Mm.
But I feel like reading all those is just going to take hours again.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's crazy how like after a while it builds up, and then now after like all these years you will like go ahead and share all this stuff, like telling like, okay, so this is the real person that you thought was an angel, and you know it's so crazy.
When
And
I first
then
heard the story, I thought it was like Park Ji-min, the girl who now goes by Jamie. I was like, no, don't let it be
yeah.
her, 'cause I just
Oh
like
no
her
no
too.
no
And
no.
it's like,
I
oh,
don't
thank
think any.
God.
I can't really imagine anything going on with her. She seems like a pretty cool girl.
Yeah, I hope so.
I hope so too. Like, let's hope no like other like bad situation like this comes back to the surface where it just talks about stuff they've been experiencing and everything else.
Yeah.
And that's kind
So,
of like the whole point of this kind of video is like everyone's now kind of just talking about past stuff coming up.
and it's like, can't y'all just be like shiny or like all these other groups that can just get along and not bully each other? Like, especially that story about being beat up with a fucking umbrella. Like, did Cheezen
Yeah.
actually deserve that? Like, no.
No.
And Ace, get your story fucking right, bro, because you keep changing it a lot. That's kind of guilty, bro.
Hiding something. Hiding something.
Really, there's something in there that you just don't want to let out.
Mm-mm.
Okay, I guess this should be the end of the freaking video because I've been recording for like 2.5 hours.
Yes.
Okay, next time we film one of these, we gotta do it earlier because it's gonna be an all-day process.
Yeah, yes.
Yes. Thank you for listening to the first K-Talk with CheezeNsims video. Like, comment, subscribe, and you can follow all of our social medias that are in the description below.